South Australia taking the ACT Southern New South Wales Kestrels. Both of these teams are looking to finish their preliminary rounds with a win. South Australia had 2 losses from their first 2 games, and the Kestrels 1 win and 1 loss. And anyone who's been watching their Kestrels campaign so far, just a little bit of an update on Nakahikatea Hills, who was stretched off in the game against New South Wales Country earlier this week. Just a positive update on her, no serious injuries, only a concussion. So some good news for the Kestrels despite losing her late in the game yesterday. And it will be the Black Falcons to get us underway here at Ballymore on what is another pretty steamy Queensland spring afternoon. Ella Christie doesn't come off the 10, but the Kestrels will play on. Running forward, taking it up. Looking to shift the ball fairly quickly, as I have for much of this competition. Quickly looking for Darwa right, but she doesn't quite collect the ball, does regather and switches it out to the right wing to Grace Ty, who tries to gain some extra metres but is taken down by Andy Zabierski from the Falcons. Now they're looking to go left, the Kestrels. Lindsay with the pass there, and just a little fumble from the Kestrels. So offside's the call, and they will come back up with the footy, the Kestrels.
Never on. Back, ladies, back. Offside.
Corrected by the Falcons there. A little dodge from Jade Pilkington, which was taken down soon after that. The Kestrels turn over the footy, and Rhiannon Ford takes it up. Just another kind of wayward pass, but still collected there by Margaret McConaughey. She makes some valuable metres there. Erica Maslin taking it up herself, the Kestrels hooker. And they've had all the momentum in this early start. They're looking very dangerous already. Becca Masters there, running into a tackle. The Kestrels have reshuffled their side a little bit after the opening 2 games. But they look to be playing a pretty similar style. Dorothy Carroll there, the tie-head prop, taking the ball up. Lindsay looks to the left but goes herself. Looking to that left edge. Anastasia Martin just can't quite shake the Black Falcons defensive line.
Advantage, offside. Leave it back.
Kestrels currently sitting second in Pool B as Grace Ty sprints down that right-hand wing. Just breaks a tackle, passes inside to Lily Bone, who has been an influential player for the Kestrels this week. And another influential player in Margaret McConaughey's switch to the blindside flank for this game. Grace Ty again has a crack at the line. Passes inside to Bone, who drops it in the tackle. And the Kestrels' best chance so far has just been snuffed out, only less than 5 metres from the line. So we'll have a scrum.
Marks on the cross.
Yes, the Kestrels with 1 win and 1 loss sitting second. The Black Falcons sitting in fourth in Pool B, vying for final positions to find out their playoff opponents for finals day on Monday, which will all be shown live right here on Rugby.com.au and on the Rugby Explorer app.
Bind! Set!
Get the ball out against the feed there. And just look to shift it quickly to the left, looking for a little bit of a gap there. And Darwa sprints through that gap, looking to the left, but decides to hang on to the pill, just the last minute offload there. And Anastasia Martin gets it over the line. That is some reward for some great attacking momentum from the Kestrels. It looks like she's come up sore after that one. Being attended to by a trainer. That nice offload from Dawa there. Martin just pulls some defenders over the line and gets it down. A great finish from the winger, but as we said, looks like she might have hurt her leg, maybe an ankle or a knee in the scoring action, which would be a big blow. She's already had a great impact, Martin, on the game. And the Kestrels lead 5-0 after just 5 minutes of play. Masters with a pretty tricky angle there. It's like Martin's just run off that twinge potentially. Doing their teammates. Masters just drifts off to the left there, so the score remains 5-0 in favour of the Kestrels. It's been all the momentum has really gone the Kestrels' way so far. They've really had almost all the possession and the field position. So the Falcons will be looking to try and change that now as they restart. Try to put some pressure on the Kestrels as this half goes on. Ella Christie gets us back underway, straight down the throat of Georgie Lindsay to the Kestrels.
Oh, sorry.
It's just the second year of the ARS competition for women after its inaugural competition last year with 8 teams in the competition this year as Jess Grant runs the ball up for the Kestrels. And it's been a great opportunity for many of these teams to play on the national stage. As Jane Morrison goes herself, fends off the defender, drags her with her, then the smart offload from the front rower to Ainsley Scrivener. And we do like to see that, props stretching their legs. And a little soccer from Masters, but just can't quite chase it down the Kestrels there, and it goes dead. Just trying something a little bit different, and a great run there from the Roosehead, Jane Morrison. Might need this time to reset in this hot weather. Showed some pace. Morrison there is very exciting to see. You can't count out any players these days. Every player from 1 to 15 has that athleticism. That's the way that rugby has kind of evolved in the last decade or so, particularly.
You can be back if you want.
Don't you love to see it? Christie again, just with the kick straight into the arms of Martin for the Kestrels. And the Falcons win the ball at the breakdown, and that's a huge momentum turner for them. Great confidence boost. They've been forced to defend pretty much all games so far. So it's a very important win there for them. They try to push themselves into their attacking territory. Christie straight up in the air almost, but does make it into touch, and we'll have a line out just shy, just on the Falcons' side of the half. A little bit of a fumble there from the Falcons, and it's not straight the call, so they'll go for a scrum.
Scrum way. Last scrum was good, girls. Let's do the same again, yeah?
Kestrels win the scrum off the feet, and they quickly look to run it up. Martin trying to break through a tackle, dragging some defenders with her, but goes to ground there, and looking for that quick recycle as they have tended to do so far today. Shifting it quickly to the right into the hands of Ty, who shirks off a tackle, and another 2 tacklers. Rolls a little bit further and runs into open space to score the Kestrels' second try, as long as she puts it down, and she does, just in the nick of time. And that's the second try of the day for the Kestrels after a nice little passage of play from the winger, Grace Ty there. She just didn't quite get taken down the tackle, so was able to roll over and get up and run into that open space with Zahn Anthony chasing her, putting some pressure on, but she got it down, had the cool head to put it down in a very friendly position for Becca Masters, who will take that kick. And the Kestrels now lead 10-0 with a kick to come.
Heads.
There's good reward for Ty, who's been a really big attacking threat so far, and it is so far the winger's day for collecting 5-pointers. 1 each for Anastasia Martin and Grace Ty, and Masters lining up for the conversion kick, nearly straight in front of those posts. And she slots it with ease, Masters, giving the Kestrels a 12-0 lead after 11 minutes of this one. They're looking to solidify or put themselves in the position potentially for the top spot in this pool, pending the outcome of some other games, or solidify their second spot and their finals fixture for Monday. A reminder, the format of this competition is that each respective positions in each pool play each other, so the top team in Pool A will play off against the top team in Pool B, second of Pool A against second in Pool B, third v third, fourth v fourth. And those games will all take place on Monday as Lindsay runs the ball up once again, heavily featuring in this competition. And all those finals, again, will be live on Rugby.com.au and the Rugby Explorer app on Monday. And there'll be plenty of exciting action to see if the first 3 rounds of this competition are anything to go by.
Forward pass. We're going back for the knock. Here.
Going back for a knock on, but the
Forward pass.
was an advantage being paid, so the Kestrels will feed the scrum. They had a win in the scrum earlier, and they have been fairly strong in the set piece this week. They were put under pressure by New South Wales Country in their second round game. We'll see what the outcome of this one will be.
Five!
Get it out pretty cleanly. Masters looking for the quick pass, and Dawa grabs it and offloads it to Martin, but she can't quite collect it. And she loses the footy, and the Falcons the most opportunity, but then opt to kick it forward rather than keeping the ball in hand. And I think maybe even the kicker there thought maybe that wasn't necessarily the best option. You know, the Falcons have been under pressure, been forced to defend so far. They have a chance to attack and kick it away, probably a pretty low percentage kick. And now we're going to go into a scrum.
Sorry, it's black ball. Knocked by white, it's black ball.
It was a Kestrels knock-on, so we'll have a Falcons feed into the scrum.
Reset. Are you on the correct side? Okay.
Just making sure everyone is in the right position there as the Falcons see the scrum.
Bind! Shoulders before we've even started. Let's take a second to straighten it up. Not right now.
The referee just asking the Falcons there to straighten up their front row, make sure that their reset is impeccable.
Crouch!
Tia Martin
Bind!
feeding to the Falcons here.
Set!
And it's the Kestrels who come out with it through Margaret McConaughey.
Out the same tunnel, just a reset.
But we'll be resetting the scrum.
Same tunnel, just a reset. It's still a scrum to black.
And to reset that scrum again for the second time.
Just the same again.
Referee just wanting a little bit extra from these front rowers, making sure that the scrum is set up properly.
Bind! Set!
A little bit caught up there, but the number 8 does pick it up for the Falcons and gets it out of contention. With Zahn Anthony running it up. And the Falcons having a chance to really string some attacking phases together for the first time in this half, and they look good doing it as well. Tamika McNabb making some valuable knees there on the wing. But the Kestrels have won it, the footy, not releasing. And that pressure that the Falcons were putting on has been released immediately. But they did look promising stringing these phases together and showed off some of their some of those attacking skills they do have. So if they can just string some more phases together, the Falcons look like they have some dangerous weapons there, especially on the wing with McNabb and Zahn Anthony as well, who also made a really exciting run there in the centres.
Numbers are 6. Numbers are 6.
And the Kestrels have a clean line up there and quickly shift it left. With Lindsay smashing through one defender and then taken down in the second tackling chance. Lily Bone breaking a tackle and offloading it just before she's taking the ground. With Ainsley Scrivener then pulling some defenders and going to the left wing. It was knocked back by Martin. Dawa tries to go.
It was an accidental grab. She was going for your jersey. We're going to play scrum.
Dawa trying to go for a turnover there, but we'll be going for a scrum. Accidental.
Are we subbing?
On.
Sub for injury?
Blow there for the Falcons.
Yeah, no worries.
With Tia Martara,
just make sure you're taking the hit as well, so we can get
halfback just coming off, a 17-year-old with an injury and being replaced. Hopefully it's nothing serious for the youngster
subs are complete.
who has been working hard
We've had some great scrums
so far in
guys.
this half.
All right, black ball.
Starting some promising attack for her side when given the opportunity. So it's Ella Christie will be stepping in at halfback there in this scrum for the Falcons.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
The Falcons rather win that scrum and look to shift it left, showing off some of those silkiest attacking skills. Caitlin Stanley running it up there. The Kestrels' defence is pretty tight. Trying to get rid of the ball there, but can't quite do it. The Falcons win the penalty. The Kestrels not rolling away there, so that'll be a nice pressure reliever for them and give them a chance really to reset their attack and try and unleash some of those exciting wingers that we've seen glimpses of so far in this game. A nice kick there, straight into touch. Puts the Falcons in some positive field position. It's 40 metres out from their line, from the Kestrels line rather. Set up for this line now. Both teams have been fairly solid in the set piece so far.
You need to be in, guys. Let's go.
The Kestrels almost win that line out. They disrupt the line out of the Falcons, but it is the Falcons who pick it up. And Aaliyah Thomas, who gathers it and runs it up for the Falcons. They shift the ball left, looking for that gap. Unfortunately, a forward pass there. A disappointing end to that attacking phase from the Falcons. And as we've seen before, when they do have the ball in hand, they look exciting and they look like they could threaten the try line, but unfortunately just some little mistakes and some defensive pressure from the Kestrels has meant they haven't had the chance to really get in a properly dangerous position.
Yes, you can stop, that's fine.
Just waiting for a sub in the front row for the Falcons. Just a reminder that we have rolling substitutions in this competition, so teams can really manage their players properly, especially on what is a very hot day in Brisbane, and it has been a hot week, so these players do need to be looked after to make sure that they are hydrated and refreshed and ready to go in what have been some pretty attritional sort of matches so far. And the Kestrels feeding into the scrum. Just stuck in there for the moment, but they do get it out, the Kestrels, and quickly shift it to Masters, who sells the candy and passes it out to Dawa, who passes it out to Grace Ty, tries to fend, but's caught up in a tackle. And just battling to get a half back there. Masters goes to the back of the ruck and passes it to the left. Jess Grant there just running it up. The ball just goes loose, but it's knocked backwards, so the Kestrels are able to regather it. And just resetting their attack. Martin with the inside pass. Yeah. Just trying to find a gap, but the Falcons really rushing up on this defence and not giving them much of a chance. Lindsay, quick offload to Rhiannon Ford. She's not letting those defenders take her down. Nearly breaks the tackle, but does go to ground in the second attempt. Masters again. Darby just trying to fend off. Goes a quick offload then to Ty. These Falcons are really being tenacious in defence, and they win the penalty. And they get some reward for that strong defence, winning a penalty, winning the footy in the breakdown there. And again, they'll have a chance to really put themselves in a good attacking position. Try to show off some of those attacking weapons that we've just seen some glimpses of so far today. Just outside there, 22.
Need to set your numbers, girls. Not walking in late, please.
Interested in what is happening in the other game today. New South Wales Country are leading the Australian Defence Force 12-0, which would put them in the box seat for that top spot in Pool B for the main final on Monday. The Kestrels, with a win, would likely secure a second spot to take on the second team in Pool A on finals day on Monday. As the Falcons win another penalty for offside. They're just eking their way forward, the Falcons here. There's some ill discipline from the Kestrels and some strong attacking momentum. So a kick again to the corner, kick to touch. Really looking to create an opportunity for a 5-pointer here. And they deserve it for all this hard work and the persistence they're putting in. Just almost on the 22 here. As Abby Chitty, 38-year-old, gets ready to throw in for the Falcons.
Numbers. She was out, she was back. Go. I said numbers.
A bit of... The Kestrels give away a penalty for committing the incorrect number. It looks like they might be...
short arm to a long arm because of the way we've communicated. The number 9 is a large move in and out as long as it doesn't exceed the number they started with. It's now a long arm, back 10.
So a short arm penalty turned into a full long arm penalty for some poor communication there from the Kestrels, and that's just some silly discipline from them. gives the Falcons their best attacking opportunity with a line out just outside the 5-metre line. And they'll be really looking to get some reward for this attacking charge that they've been able to.
No numbers. Can't leave. You can't have two people leave. We go back. It's on the 15. It's on the 15.
The Falcons give away the penalty, a short arm free kick there in the line-out, and that's disappointing for them. They really looks like they were generating some positive opportunities there, but an all-time penalty puts them on the back foot. Lindsay runs it up again for the Kestrels and finds a gap, and she's pushing, trying to beat that chaser, but Anthony does drag her down in the end. Martin again trying to find a gap for the Kestrels, but she's pulled down there and throws a bit of a wayward recycle out the back of the ruck. The Kestrels trying to reset, just throwing a few desperate passes there, but able to keep the ball in hand. And they just keep looking to pass the ball, shift the ball. And Jane Morrison again with a nice little run, but she's taken down fairly promptly. Holly George goes herself, passes out to Lily Bone, who just gets in the nick of time before the Falcons pounce. And George looks to shift left, but the ball goes to ground and kind of stutters this attack a little bit. The Kestrels just throwing some wayward passes under pressure here, the Kestrels.
Back line, never
Go
on.
back for an advantage, and the Kestrels will be able to take the penalty. And they will just probably about a minute after, or 2 minutes after the Falcons kick to the corner, they'll try to kick to the corner as well, but it doesn't quite make touch. Just bounces into touch there.
I want to see clear numbers, girls. If we're switching, it needs to be a solid switch.
And the Kestrels throwing in with a very strong attacking chance after being well deep in their defensive territory only a few minutes ago.
You cannot have 2 9s. That's offside.
They give away an offside penalty. The referee really clamping down on infringements at the line-out. Hopefully a handful of penalties being called at the set piece, the line-out in the last few minutes. Both teams need to make sure that they have their line-out prep and their numbers and their communication spot on, because things are being picked up very closely. The Falcons kick to touch, and they'll have a chance to throw in.
Be solid and set. Only one player can be outside of the 9.
Just giving the Kestrels a reminder about player positioning in that line-out. Chitty throws in. And looks like a little knock-on, yes. Unfortunately for the Falcons, a little knock-on there for Ella Christie, who just couldn't quite get the ball, grab the ball, pull the ball in rather from that line-out. Just dropped through the fingertips. So the Kestrels will have a chance to feed this from.
Crouch! 5! Set!
Kestrels pick it up fairly cleanly with a little bit of pressure there from Christie, but they get the ball away. The Kestrels, and Darwa breaks through there, brings the defender with her, and is eventually brought down by that defender. But the Kestrels are building some momentum. They can sniff an opportunity for a score. Looking to pass the ball quickly again. Just desperate to keep it moving as much as they can. Looking left there, George. Again into the hands of Darwa, who a nice inside ball to Masters, but she has no one supporting her and is tackled and toss up the footy. Unfortunately for the Kestrels there, they did look like they were showing some promise in attack.
Are you down or are you off? Captains, while we've got a stoppage, can I just grab both captains, please? Sorry.
The referee just pulling the captains for a little chat. We'll have a listen to see what she has to say.
If you are wanting to walk in, that is fine. However, all players that are not in your line need to be in the line. If 2 players are standing out of the line, that is offside. Okay? So you need to make that clear to your teams. Just one out. If you're switching, that's fine. But you just can't have them both there. Okay?
The referee just reminding the teams about positioning the line out, making sure that players that are not the halfback must be committed to the line out, can't be walking in and out of that line while the thrower is ready to throw. They must commit to the correct number of players and be clear about who is the halfback. Just players having a drink of water, much needed drink of water I would imagine, on this very sunny Queensland spring day.
Nope, I take it back. We're not subbing. Water up,
And we prepare for another scrum.
All right, 5 minutes till half past. Let's have another great scrum and keep going.
It's the Kestrels who have the attacking momentum, but it'll be the Falcons who are feeding this scrum and hoping for a chance to attack with 5 minutes left in this half. They're looking to add to the score sheet. Christie feeding that scrum. And they do win it pretty quickly and look to shift it. Unfortunately, a loose pass and the Kestrels pounce on it. And now they are right on the attack, not far out from their try line. Grace Ty with the fend looking for Bone, who drops it, but no, it is deemed a knock on. So we'll have another scrum. Just some handling errors costing both sides today on their attacking charges. And the Falcons, the Black Falcons, will feed this scrum. So both sides just a little bit desperate sometimes in attack, just trying to push the pass a little bit, just looking for that recycle, for that offload, rather than just taking the tackle sometimes. And the pressure from the opposition just forcing some mistakes. Falcons quickly look to the boot to gain some metres, and straight down the throat of Dava there, who goes for the palm, and this time it's successful, and she runs down that left edge, faced with another defender, but can't quite beat that one. And the Kestrels are now again really threatening in attack. Grace Ty runs it up, rather Shiomi Enyi runs it up, and now it's the Falcons who turned it over, and they're returning the favour, trying to run out of the defensive line. And Christie kicks it clear. And over the halfway, Dawa is running it back again. A little bit of deja vu here, but on the other side of the field, she passes it out to Grace Ty, who is trying to evade those defenders. Does evade one, but is pulled down by the third. A little bit of a loose recycle there, and the Falcons pounce on it. The Kestrels just a little bit desperate as they get close to the try line, rather than just trying to compose themselves. And there meet Thou. Streaks down that left-hand side, showing her toe, and the Falcons look like they have a certain try here. As Thou just tries to get the angle better and puts it down just before the dead ball line. An incredible run there from the Falcons winger. She just showed her pace. Dawa was chasing, but she quickly looked unbeatable there, Thou. And that's some great reward to the Falcons, who have really shown some glimpses of attacking threats and weapons early on in this half, but we're just not able to convert. And that's nice reward for that, and for a really big period of defence as well, where they have been persistent and pretty effective in that area against some pretty consistent momentum. And it'll be Ella Christie looking for that conversion, and her teammate did give her a nice friendly angle to line up the kick pretty much straight in front. And she makes no mistake with that kick. And now it is 7-12. The Kestrels leading 12-7 against the South Australia Black Falcons. And that's a really critical score for the Falcons. Just 3 minutes from half-time. They're now only 5 points down, and they've really been able to finally convert some of the opportunities that they've had. In fact, that was probably, you know, one of the more difficult opportunities they had, but Thou took it, and that's what you ask from your wingers, is that they can show their pace and take the opportunities, turn those half chances into a try, and it's fantastic to see. Really great display of attacking rugby. The Kestrels just pull the Falcons into touch there. Some good defence from them. And just a little update from the other game in Pool B, which will decide the final standings as we head into finals day. New South Wales country still leading 12-0 over the Australian Defence Force, putting them in the box seat for that first spot. As we tick over the 35-minute mark, and Jane Morrison tries to run it up and just gets away with the offload there. And the Kestrels just dragging through some defenders, looking to try and get a score just in the shadows of half-time. Convert some of that attacking dominance that they've had this half. Just shifting left, shifting right, shifting left. And just Grant taken down there. Dawa, who's been absolutely in the thick of the action all through this half, setting up one of the tries this half. And again, she's a pivotal lever, and Jane Morrison again shows that she has the legs, but just the ball goes into touch, and that'll be half-time. The Kestrels leading 12-7 with tries to Martin and Ty, and one conversion rather to Becca Masters. The Black Falcons have just the one try scored just a couple of minutes ago to Thou, and successfully converted by Ella Christie. And it's been an exciting half that we've seen so far, and the next 35 will be fascinating to watch as well. A really exciting contest. We'll see you soon for the second half. Welcome back to the second half of this Australian Rugby Shield third round clash between the ACT Southern New South Wales Kestrels and the South Australia Black Falcons. It is the Kestrels leading 12-7 after a pretty intense first half, and things will probably, we'll be able to see whether both teams will be able to maintain that intensity in the second half in pretty tough conditions, as the Kestrels ready and waiting to get things going in the second half, and the Falcons just running on after that break. And much of the momentum of that first half was going the Kestrels' way, but the Falcons just snuck in a try through the pace of Naomi Thao in that last couple of minutes of that first half, and they'll be looking to try and generate some chances to do the same and unleash some attacking weapons in this second 35 minutes. And the Kestrels get us back underway. And quickly wrapped up there, Sophie McClure. Recycle there from the Kestrels, quickly trying to move the ball. And the Falcons' defence not really giving them much opportunity here. But they're just trying to be patient. A little bit of a wayward pass there, doesn't quite reach the attacking line, but still cleaned up there by the Kestrels. They try to make some meters and put themselves in a positive attacking position. Jess Grant taking the ball up. Just some patience in attack here from the Kestrels. Just trying to take it up one out. Ainsley Scrivener meets the Kestrels defensive line. Martin just fumbles the ball there. And it's unfortunate for the Kestrels, who are really just trying to show some patience and build some phases in attack. They were looking to move the ball pretty quickly in the first half, but sometimes it's important to just be patient and build some pressure, especially, in a tight game. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite keep that ball in hand there, Anastasia Martin. One of the try scorers of the first half. Falcons will feed this one in. Resetting that scrum. Guys, we had great scrums in the first half, all right? Remember, we want a solid platform so we can have a great outcome, all right? Everyone take a breath so we can get it right. Falcons feed the scrum, and it's wheeled around by the Kestrels. But it's the Falcons who win it under immense pressure there from the Kestrels, but they do get the ball out into attack. And Pilkington is immediately wrapped up by the Kestrels there, and Christie tries to move it to the left. Aaliyah Thomas brings it up. Christie just trying to give her attacking line a chance to reset. She recycles. And short pass there from Jet Verwey, and a penalty there for a knock-on from the Falcons. It's disappointing. They look to be fading a little bit in this second half. Just the heat may be getting to them. Both sides looking a little bit tired, a little bit drained. We'll have a chance for a little breath as the scrum is packed down, and we wait for some subs to come on. Speaking of subs, Bonnie Brewer now at halfback for the Kestrels, and she'll be feeding in this scrum.
That's fine. Jump in. Right, guys. More positive rugby. Solid platform. Let's make a good scrum. Right, guys. Ready? We need to sort out this side, all right? We both need to bind appropriately, otherwise we're going to escalate, okay?
Referee just reminding the front row there to make sure they're on point with their binding. Just had a few resets already in this second half.
Guys.
Kestrels quickly hook it out. Number 8 picks it up there, Lily Bone, and goes herself, breaks the tackle of the Falcons there, and passes it off to Brewer, who tries the offload out the back. It doesn't quite get gathered there by Edwards, but is picked up eventually.
Sorry. Is that consciousness?
And
the shoulder. Sorry guys, I thought we had a concussion.
And Andy Zabierski down behind play there. The Falcons clutching at her shoulder.
Sorry, I thought we had a loss of consciousness.
The flanker has been very influential for the Falcons so far today, so it'll be a big blow for them. Not something I like to see. It's about half an hour left in this one. The Kestrels leading 12-7 after 2 first half tries, and a late try for the Falcons put them back well and truly within striking distance. These round 3 matches will be critical in deciding the makeup of the finals of this competition on Monday. In the other Pool B match that's currently on at the same time on the other field at Ballymore, it is New South Wales Country leading the Australian Defence Force 19-0, which puts them in the box seat for the top seed final against the top seed in Pool A, while the Kestrels look to be putting themselves in the position for that second spot, set to play the second place side in Pool B in Pool A on Monday, while the Falcons, who are yet to win a game, will likely be in the 4th v 4th playoff on Monday, as Zabierski is taken off by the trainer after what looked like a shoulder injury, and will be back to re-pack down a scrum. We'll be resuming with the Kestrels taking a quick tap and going straight for the line. And it looks like she got it down. A fantastic try there from Talina Dridi, just sniffing that opportunity to just catch the Falcons' defence and use her power to go over the line. Look there, just restarts, takes the quick tap and uses her power, almost held up, but just rotates nicely to put the ball on the ground and give the Kestrels the first try of the second half, their 3rd of the game, and really open up the margin here. Give them a 17-7 lead 44 minutes into this clash. And Masters with the conversion, just in from the sideline. Pretty tough kick, looking to add the extras. She's already kicked 1 conversion so far today from 2 attempts. And that one doesn't quite make the distance. So the score remains 17-7 to the Kestrels after 44 minutes in this clash.
Not my first radio.
The Falcons look to get us underway. Just a reminder that there is still plenty more Australian Rugby Shield action today and also on Monday, as the finals of the men's and women's competitions are broadcast live right here on Rugby.com.au and via Rugby Explorer. As Erica Maslin takes it up for the Kestrels, and Brewer just plucks it out of the ruck and hands it straight off to Lindsay. The Kestrels looking again, going back to that quick passing, trying to shift the ball speedily and create a bit of a gap. Masters on the toe, and the ball bounces into touch there. Just giving them some valuable attacking field position just on the Kestrels' attacking side of halfway. Grace Fitzsimmons will throw in for the Falcons, and a nice clean take there from Sophie McClure. And looking for that quick ball there, the Falcons. Do make some meters, but just wrapped up by the Kestrels. Take time for their attacking line to reset.
We haven't got advantage from the offside at the line out.
The Kestrels
White back line. Offside at the line
pinged for offside rather there,
Right back line.
and the Falcons have a chance to kick into an attacking position and try and narrow this gap. Just can't make the touch, doesn't make it into touch, instead goes down the throat of the Kestrels as they run it back up again. And Brewer looking to move the ball quickly. Lindsay in the thick of it again. It's a quick inside ball there. Again going for the boot. That's the second time in a handful of minutes. And a good chase there. But the Falcons managed to hang on to the pill. They've committed plenty to the ruck there as Christie takes on Chioma Enyi. The Falcons are immediately wrapped up in the tackle. Just looking to just find a gap, shifting it out to that wing there. But the ball bounced and just gave the Kestrels a chance to align themselves in defence. The Falcons just being driven backwards by Scrivener there. This Kestrels defence is just not giving the Falcons much room to breathe. They're trying to be patient, try to kick it forward to get that some of that field position, give themselves a chance to chase. And the Kestrels run it back, some fresh legs there. Sienna Edwards with the dummy. Tries to take on the defensive line, just loses her footing a little bit and wrapped up in the tackle. And shifting it inside. Lindsay looks to her left but decides to go herself. And Scrivener, a quick one off to the left. Looking for that wing, nearly looked like it was going to be intercepted by the Falcons, but instead a knock on there. And the Kestrels just couldn't quite collect that there, and we'll have another scrum in this second half. And the Kestrels leading 17-7. Looking to looking likely to secure a second spot in women's Pool B. New South Wales country in the other Pool B match, leading the Australian Defence Force 26-0. Just 20 minutes to go in this one. The Falcons feed the scrum and get it out very quickly. Look immediately to shift the ball. Just trying to pull in those defenders and some quick offloads, but Lindsay is onto the plan. Can't get the play down to tackle. There's Tamika McNabb, who makes a nice promising run there for the Falcons. But an offside for the Falcons gives the Kestrels the chance to reclaim the footy and kick to touch. And they're just eking themselves forward, the Kestrels, as Dritty goes off, replaced by Emma Hickey.
Clear numbers, no numbers. Not clear, no numbers. Let's go.
And the Kestrels have a nice clean line out there. And Brewer quickly shifted to Masters, who throws straight to Lindsay, who runs it up looking for the offload. And she does get it away. And shifting quickly to the left, and Edwards finds the gap there. She runs a nice inside line, but she's not sure which way to commit to. She can't get taken down though, or she does eventually. Just caught a little bit in no man's land there, not sure which way to dart, but they do shift it left, and it looks like Scrivener will get over the line. And the Kestrels have their second try of the half, stretching their lead to 15 points with 19 minutes to go. And Edwards just taken down after that nice exciting run from the winger, and Maslin found Scrivener just waiting there on the wing, and she just pulled McNabb over the line to score the Kestrels' fourth try of the game and convert some of the attacking dominance that we've seen from them so far. So it'll be Edwards having the chance to take this conversion. Pretty tough angle, about as tough as it gets right out there on the touchline. We'll see if she can add the extras. Just doesn't quite make the distance. Edwards' kick there in what has been a pretty strong little cameo from her since she came off the bench.
Water up, guys, water
The
up.
Kestrels really dominating now after a pretty tight first half. They've kind of opened up the margin this second half, and this competition really showing off some exciting talent across the board and with an expanded competition this year. And if you are keen to watch some more women's rugby once the Australian Rugby Shield women's competition wraps up today, you can catch the Wallaroos taking on the Black Ferns, kicking off in just a couple of minutes live on Stan Sport and 9Gem. Lindsay running it up for the Kestrels. It's been absolutely monumental for them today, gaining some valuable metres as Ford tries to gain some extra metres for the Kestrels. They're looking very confident right now after a couple of vital tries, just giving them a bit of breathing room in this one. Nice 15-point margin. Looking fairly comfortable. And Brewer goes herself, looks to the right and offloads. The Kestrels just trying to move the ball, trying to generate a gap. An incredible hit there from the Falcons, just trying to restrict the Kestrels' space as they, a little bit of a face palm there from Martha Fua. An inside ball to Lily Bone, who stretches those big long legs out, doesn't quite make it to the line, The Kestrels are very much in a scoring position now as they try a few long passes to open up an overlap on the right-hand side. Maslin, I don't need any wingers, straight over the line. And the Kestrels have another one. She's just savouring the moment a little bit there. It's a nice shifting to the right there. The Kestrels just spotted that overlap and quickly moved the ball. And Maslin, the hooker, just ratcheted up the acceleration to crash over the line for the Kestrels' 5th of the afternoon. And it really has been a dominant display by the Kestrels today in this second half. It was after the Falcons scored just in the shadows of halftime. It's been all the Kestrels in this second half as potentially the heat has really gotten to the Falcons, and the Kestrels have just been having their confidence boosted, holding momentum in attack and being able to convert their opportunities.
Thank you so much.
And Edwards can't quite make the conversion. So the score remains 27-7 rather. Just quick maths here. And a 20-point margin for the Kestrels, looking very comfortable with about 15 minutes left in this one, and looking pretty comfortable sitting in second spot in Pool B with a pretty dominant showing so far today.
After the kick.
The Kestrels again through Fua generate some attacking phases. She just runs up. And Brewer just taking a little while to pick up the footy. A knock on there from Scrivener. And it'll be taken back, no advantage for the Falcons, who were immediately wrapped up in a tackle.
Sub, black and white. One white, two blacks. Okay.
We're starting to see the impact of this stifling weather today. After 3 pretty tough, steamy matches this week, both sides looking pretty zapped of energy as we enter the closing stages of this Pool B clash in the Australian Rugby Shield.
Let's go, guys.
Short arm there for the Kestrels, for the Falcons rather. And that's a handy win there for them. A short arm for an early push from the Kestrels. The Falcons have a chance to attack and maybe get some points back, narrowing the margin with just over 12 minutes left in this clash. And Laura Helbig just wrapped up in the tackle there. And Grace Fitzsimmons looking to the left. Just that pass goes a little bit awry.
Got a forward pass into touch. You want the line out? Line out it is.
And it goes into touch. So it'll be a Kestrels line out. That's kind of been the story of the day for the Falcons.
Clear numbers, White. Clear numbers.
Who have shown some attacking glimpses and had a beautiful try from Thao Thao in the first half, but haven't really been able to put the pressure on the Kestrels consistently. Just little mistakes.
That was forward, but we're playing advantage for the offside. Black backline. Yeah.
Kestrels
Black backline.
coming back for an offside call there. A bit of a discussion about who will take the kick, but it is Edwards who will look to kick into touch for the Kestrels.
Sub, White 7. Stop, white 7.
Right, the Kestrels a long throw. And they quickly get it out the back. Emma Hickey.
Offside. 15.
And Lindsay runs it up but can't find the gap.
Still playing advantage for the offside.
Shifted inside. And you make some valuable meters. Edwards tries to just go left, right, tries to palm off a defender. She does successfully and she's found the gap, but she's taken down by a Falcons defender there. And they will win the penalty there for not releasing.
Not releasing.
So South Australia now with a chance to kick to touch. It is the Kestrels who have dominated this game, much of this game. 3 second half tries really putting them out into a big lead with 10 minutes left in this one.
10 minutes? Lines the mark. Only 10 minutes.
Simmons throws it in, and the Falcons have to compete hard for that one, but they do come up with it. The Kestrels have turned over the footy.
Turnover was good, and then it was knocked bad luck.
But
Here's our mark.
we'll pack down for a scrum, knock on.
Crouch! Bind! Shoulders on 8. Set! No, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that. We got too much momentum underneath on the ground. Guys, we had great scrums in the first half and up to now. Take a breath, get stability and good outcomes, all right? Crouch! Bind! Set!
Kestrels feed the scrum, quickly pick it up from the back there, and win the penalty. The Falcons deem to pull it down and take the quick tap. Brewer just making some meters up there in attack. And waiting for a halfback to pick up the ball. When Perez comes, she does make some meters and goes for the offload. A little bit of a loose tackle attempt there. High tackle there from Tiana Mastro-Savas. And Edwards will have a chance to kick to touch there. The penalty for the Kestrels. They can put themselves in another positive attacking position. And they really have dominated this second half. 5 tries so far today for the Kestrels, 1 for the Falcons, and 3 of those Kestrels tries have come in this second half, opening up a 20-point lead for the ACT in southern New South Wales. And we go into a maul, come straight to ground, but the Kestrels come up with it through Enyi. She's immediately wrapped up by her opposite number. And
Advantage, offside, 12 and 20.
And they go to Palm. Edwards looking to the shift it left to Martin. She's just taken down and pulled into touch.
We're going back. We have options, Jeff. Far side.
We have an advantage, so the Kestrels will have the ball again in a dangerous attacking position. Going back for an offside.
Oh, look.
And all the way back to the other side of the field. I'm sure that they're
Collapsing.
loving that in these conditions. Brewer kicks the touch. And the
That's
Kestrels
complete.
again
Clear numbers, White. Clear numbers.
will have a chance.
Numbers are 7.
Jane Morrison to throw in for the Kestrels here as they look to push for another score. And a nice clean take by Grant there, and they go straight to the maul again. I'm not sure if they'll be able to drive it all the way to the try line. The Falcons really contesting this one. And then Morrison picks it up and goes over the line. They don't need to push it over. She goes herself. And after some really strong attacking signs early on this game, she finishes it off. Again, that maul, they're trying to get it over there, and then Morrison decides, you know what, I can take this ball myself, and I'm going to crash over the line, take the 5-pointer, and doesn't she love it? Her teammates rallying around her.
It was on the side table.
Fantastic finish for the front rower, who's had a very impressive game, shown some really great athleticism to add to the Kestrels score sheet. So that's a 32-7 lead
We've got 4.5 minutes left.
for the Kestrels now, with just under 5 minutes to go. It's seemingly sewing up second spot in Pool B for the Kestrels. There's 2 wins, looking like 2 wins and 1 loss out of their 3 games, as Edwards' conversion attempt just falls short. And the scores remain 32-7. In the other Pool B clash, New South Wales Country still leading the ADF 26-0, which would keep them undefeated through the pool stages and secure them top spot in Pool B and the chance to play the winner of the Pool B preliminary rounds, while the Kestrels look likely to play the second place side on Monday's finals day, all of which will be broadcast right here on Rugby.com.au and also on the Rugby Explorer app. The Falcons look to restart the action. And the Kestrels have a chance to build some more attack. Kestrels go left through Martin, who's just taken down. Looks like she was going to find a gap, but just makes some valuable meters, but taken down. And Brewer looks to shift inside. And they're playing advantage now. Kestrels just looking like a team with all the momentum and all the confidence now, as Edwards puts it on the boot but kicks it straight into the hands of the Falcons. And it's a knock on. So with 2.5 minutes to go, we'll pack down the scrum. And just a little reminder, if you're keen to watch more women's rugby action after full time today, the Wallaroos are taking on the Black Ferns, kicking off at 1:35 Australian Eastern Standard Time. And you can watch that one live on 9Gem or Stan Sport. Ball comes out for Brewer there. She passes it back very quickly. And just a knock on there from Scribe, and they just couldn't quite time her run to meet that ball, just dropping through the fingertips.
Forward pass. Scrum Black. Here's our mark.
And yes, that one just drifted forward, so we'll pack down the scrum again with the Falcons having a feed just on the attacking side, on their attacking side of the halfway. So Kestrels leading 32-7, just over a minute left in this one. So what looks like potentially the Falcons' last chance to generate a score in this game after a really impressive first half try. And the ball comes out
Same channel, guys.
through the tunnel, so we'll be resetting that
Same
scrum.
channel, just a reset. Same
And
mark.
in the final minute of this one,
Yeah, that's
this
enough.
will almost certainly be a last gasp opportunity for the Falcons to create an attacking chance to add to their first half try from Naomi Southall.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
And they do get it out there. Some pressure there from Brewer, but they do get it. Unfortunately, the ball goes loose.
Last play.
And this will be the last play. Be packing down for a scrum. Just unfortunate. Some handling errors have let down the Falcons today at times when they've had chances to create attacking opportunities, but it really has been a game dominated in attack by the Kestrels, and they've scored 4 tries in this second half that really broke the game open for them after a really tight first half.
Set!
And they take the ball out.
Advantage.
We see Alaska, a bit of a Hail Mary from the Kestrels to try and add to the scoreline. Martin does try to look for it, runs an inside line, dragging some defenders with her, goes to ground, looking for a halfback to continue the momentum. Lindsay looks right, and he runs it up. And the ball pops out there, taken by the Falcons.
Playing the ball on the ground, Black.
And
You have to be on your feet to play the ball.
deemed to be off her
Playing
feet.
the ball on the ground.
And so
If you tap and kick it's over, you kick the line, we play it.
Edwards looks to kick to touch to keep this game alive, give them a chance of scoring a 5th try. As the referee said there, a kick and tap, a quick tap would have ended the game, but instead kicking to the corner means we have another last play and a chance for the Kestrels to seal this one. Thrown in there, go to the maul. The Kestrels trying to maul their way over the line. Morrison just at the back there. The Falcons doing everything in their power to try and stop the momentum. And Brewer comes out with the pill, shifts it right, trying to take advantage of a huge open right-hand side. And Lindsay fends but doesn't run sideways and doesn't quite get to the line. Gets to the line now and does get it down. Just sealing the game for the Kestrels, and a great reward for Georgie Lindsay there, who has been so influential for the Kestrels all through this week. Just had that open space, went the fend, 2 fends, and then was just dragged sideways before regathering herself and falling over the line almost by the end there. A very nice finish to a dominant outing from the Kestrels, who have now scored 5 second half tries to finish this game with a 30-point margin. And Edwards will have a chance to just add the extras onto that one.
Second. Those weren't words.
And she nails it. The perfect way to finish for the Kestrels, and that is a 39-7 win for them after 5 second half tries for the Kestrels. And just a reminder, you can catch all the rest of the Australian Rugby Shield action today and the finals day on Monday on Rugby.com.au and Rugby Explorer. And if you're looking for some more women's rugby action, catch the Wallaroos taking on the Black Ferns in about 15 minutes time on Stan Sport and 9 Gem. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again on Monday.